Hey guys, welcome back to Bibliophile Reads. I'm Courtney and you're joining me for the start of another reading vlog. Today is Monday, January 29th. I can't believe it's almost the end of January. I always feel like January is the month that feels like it lasts forever, but then it also goes fast where you can't believe it's already February. But here we are, excited. The end of the month is always great because I feel like it's a great start to plan new things for the upcoming month, do your wrap-ups, figure out the direction you want to go, and I have a new spurt of energy toward reading, so that's great. Last week I stopped my reading vlog on Wednesday, and I posted it on Thursday, and I think I was going over everything. I can't remember, but the last thing that I read and I finished up this weekend was The Neighbor Favor. This book was pretty good. I ended up giving it a 3-star. So this book follows a girl and a guy, you know, I never know their names, and she is a publisher, and on a whim, she emails the author of her favorite book to suggest that he write a book number 2. And they start kind of a correspondence back and forth. And he's under a pen name, and his pen name, the whole theory behind him is that he's this guy from London, he's world traveled, whatever. But in actuality, he is not. He's just a New Yorker, almost living very close to where she lives. So they talk for months and months, and finally he's like, I'm not who you think I am. And then they just stop talking. And then they end up living near each other. She is, I wouldn't say she's old, but she's older, like 28 or 29, and her sisters want her to date. And so there's an upcoming wedding for her sister, and they want to fix her up. And she says, no, if I find my own date, then you guys will never fix me up again, hence the favor. So she connects with the neighbor to try to figure out a date for the wedding. My issue with this book was 2 things. One, it moved at a snail's speed. We're talking like 34% in is when we found out that they were neighbors. And then like 40% in or 38% in, we found out what the favor was. And I just feel like that was like so much buildup. It is a slow burn, in my opinion. I don't care for slow burns. I do recommend this book because people really enjoy a slow burn. That's not for me. But it's by an amazing Black author. I think it's a series because the next book follows the sister. The main girl's name is Lily because they all have flower names. But I didn't hit the way I wanted it to hit, but I finished it. Then I was looking for another book on my Kindle, and I found a book on Kindle Unlimited. It's called Make a Scene by Mimi Grace, and I am so excited about this book. This book is, like I said, on Kindle Unlimited. It's about 230 some pages, and it is so good. I'm already 34% in, and I started it sort of later last night. But this book follows our main girl, what's her name? Well, she owns a bakery, and she works next door to a newly put in gym space, like a Barry's boot camp style sort of place. And she's also trying to find a date, and she decides to fake date the guy that owns the gym, and it's just going really well. It's, like I said, 34% in. I know exactly what's happening. The character development is great. Their chemistry as a couple is so good, and I feel like I'm just floating over the pages, and I've said that before. It's like sometimes you feel like you're reading and you're like pushing through mud, right? Like every page takes so long to get through, and this book is just like go, go. And so really excited to be reading that. I hope to finish this today. There are reading sprints tonight. And so I haven't been on in a few weeks, but I might jump on to finish this up. But it's so good. And then this weekend, it was kind of a girls' weekend. My husband was out of town, so me and the girls, we went winter formal dress shopping for my oldest. And then we're like on that side of town. There's obviously that store, but there's also a Half Price Books and the big Barnes & Noble. So I dropped off some books at Half Price Books. I did a big haul like in the summer, I've dropped off books there, and then I just had a few kids books that I was dropping and a couple of my book of the month clubs that I wanted to get rid of. Made about $40, and so that's always great. It went right back into books, but I really like half price books, and I want to buy more from them because honestly their new books are even cheaper than Amazon sometimes. So that was great. But I didn't buy anything from there. I ended up going to Barnes to walk around when we were waiting for food to be prepared and picked up. And I picked up a book that I had been eyeing on Kindle. This is called The Next Door Nemesis. This is by Alexa Martin. She wrote the book Better Than Fiction. I did not read that book, but the back says, after years of hustling, Collins Carter has finally made it back to her parents' house. Between tending to the compost with her newly retired dad and running into her high school nemesis at the only decent coffee shop in town, Collins realizes this subdivision from hell she swore she'd never return to is her rock bottom. Then the Homeowners Association complaint arrived. Nathaniel Adams always dreamed of a nice, quiet life in his suburban hometown, or at least that's what he thought until Collins moved back and sent his quaint, organized life into a tailspin. He thought Collins was infuriating 10 years ago, but when she announces she's running against him for HOA president, all bets are off. From secret board meetings to vicious smear campaigns whispered over backyard fences, Collins and Nate sink to levels their sleepy suburb has never seen before. But as hate turns into lust, these two enemies are forced to reckon with the feelings they've ignored for years. If only there were bylaws for real life. So this sounded really cute to me. Like I said, I've had my eye on it for a few months, and I really like the plot line of it. I've talked about this before, but there's something about that trope of somebody coming back to their hometown and like meeting up with somebody that you knew in high school and falling in love again. Like I really like that trope. I love that trope, and I don't know why, but I do love it. So I'm excited to get into this, but I'm not reading it yet because I am deep into Make a Scene. And then I'm excited too because Crescent City 3 comes out tomorrow. And I'm excited that February has more books that are coming out than January did. So I'm excited just like to get the ball rolling again. The energies are up. So I look forward to all of that. But that is my update for Monday. I will check in tomorrow with more reading updates. Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Jumping on to give you an idea of what I read yesterday. So it's the 30th, but literally I'm so excited that my mojo is back on reading. So yesterday when I hopped on, I was still reading Make a Scene. That's by Mimi Grace. It's on Kindle Unlimited. It's like 240 pages, a cute romance. And I fell in love with it. I loved the book, loved the author's writing style. This book follows our two main characters. I can't remember anybody's name. And it's a fake dating scenario basically, but they quickly fall in love because it's a short book, but the love and chemistry seems so genuine. It seems more genuine than other books that are somewhat longer. The writing style, like I said, is really easy to comprehend and kind of go through. You're not like sludging through mud. So I highly recommend this book. There is spice in it, but the spice is literally written so well that, it's not just like graphic for no reason. It's like they are in love. So I will caution that there is spice for those that don't like it, but it is such a good book. I ended up giving it 5 stars, and I finished that last night. And then being on the sprints yesterday helped. I wasn't a participant. I was just in the audience, but getting back to some of the things that I did that helped me get through books, like sort of redefining what that looks like for me has been really beneficial. So I enjoyed just having time to read yesterday, and I finished that book within the first 20 minutes of the first sprint. Then I moved on to Babysitter's Club 31, Dawn's Wicked Stepsister, and I'm already 30% into that, so I'll finish that up today, and then I'm going to take a break. I'm not going to read anything tomorrow, but I'll probably pick out my Book of the Month Club and get started on that. But other than that, that's all that's kind of happening. On my community tab, this will come out on Sunday, but on my community tab, you'll see that I made some book reading trackers for February. I usually use these for just tracking the books that I've read each month, and I'm always like trying on Pinterest and Google to find a really cute one. and I was like, I could just make this on Canva. So I made a couple, use them, don't, doesn't matter. Download them, share them. There's no cost to them. They're just some cute little templates if you want to do something different for February and digitally track the books that you're reading. They each have little book shapes on them, and you just put the cover of the book that you're finished on that outline of the shape. So really simple, but check my community tab for that. I posted 3, and I might do that each month and just see if people are enjoying them. So keep a lookout for those. But other than that, that is it for Tuesday. Like I said, I'm gonna finish up that Babysitters Club book today, and then we'll come back tomorrow with more information. Bye guys. Hey guys, happy Thursday. Hopping on to give you guys an update. Did not hop on yesterday, but it was a good reading day. I want to note that it is February in Minnesota, and I have a tank top on, and I'm okay. It's been crazy warm this week, like 50s. So I don't know when we'll get more snow or cold front, whatever, but it's crazy. Okay, so yesterday I took a break until the end of the night. Yesterday was library night. And I started The Next Door Nemesis by Alexa Martin. This book follows Collins and Nate, who were best friends. They grew up together in Ohio. She's coming back to her hometown after a horrible breakup. She was living in LA for a while. And Nate, it's like they were friends and they fell apart in high school. And he's just kind of become this rude guy. And they end up going against each other in a race to be the president of the HOA. But as most things go, they actually have feelings for each other. So I am almost done with this book. I hope to finish it tonight. And I'm at 4 stars right now. Like, I think it's a really good book. I think it's really well written. I'd say the font's a little small, or maybe I'm getting old, or maybe I'm used to the Kindle and changing the font size, so the font's kind of small. But it's really well written. The characters are likable. I like the chemistry between them. Yeah, it's a good book. So, yeah, it's got 338 pages and I'm on 257. So, there's that. And then at the library yesterday, I ended up picking up one book. What, man? You okay? I ended up picking up one book. I was just kind of looking around, not intending to. And I found this series by Lori Gelman. And I don't have the first book. I think this is like the 3rd book in the series. The first book is called Class Mom, but basically it's about a mom. She's got a 5th grade boy and like a 22-year-old daughter, and she's juggling like the dynamics of being a mom at an elementary school where the PTA is a factor and everybody wants you to join in and pitch in. There's after school sports, there's the drama of other parents that you have to get with and work with to volunteer at different things. And I feel this as an ex-classroom teacher, but also as a mom of a 5th grader, and I'm helping to volunteer at her school currently. It's the drama of the parents more than anything else that is exhausting. So I'm excited to read this. Again, this is not the first book. This one is Yoga Pant Nation. But I don't know if you have to read them in order or not. We'll find out. But it's pretty short. It's about 200 some pages, 240-ish pages. And it's a series, so if I like it, then it's one I'll pick up. So gonna try that out. But that's pretty much the update. Like I said, I'm gonna finish off this book tonight. And then I don't know what I'm going to read next, but hold on. Okay, so I'm feeling in the mood for a fantasy. I could read the 2nd book in Krista Broadbent's Daughter of No Worlds because I liked that series. But today I did pick up Crescent City 3, House of Flame and Shadow. I got the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. I don't know what's exclusive about it, so if you know, comment down below. But they were the same price. Maybe it's this interior side. But I'm nowhere near ready to read this, but I needed to be a part of the hustle and bustle of getting it. I am still listening to Crescent City, but I might start reading a little bit each night just to start moving that along with another book that I'm reading. So that is my plan. But anyway, that is the update for Thursday, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, happy Saturday. Welcome to the last day of my vlog. I did not post anything yesterday. It wasn't much of a reading day yesterday. I am, as you guys know, finished a book, and then I jumped into Children of Fallen Gods. I'm actually reading this on my Kindle, but I have the book. I love a good chunky book like this with I think this is like the original like indie sort of style. I think I'm on like page 62-ish. And I read it before I went to bed last night, so I'm gonna have to like refresh myself on what I read, but there's nothing to report yet. It's just kind of picking up where we left off. We're getting to Sana and Max's view, and so it is good. Like I said, I like these books. I think that they move quickly. They're engaging. There's already some like battle stuff that's happened right at the beginning, so like we don't have to do a whole bunch of lead up. I think it took an appropriate amount of time in between the first one. Although these are world building, to me they're not like super intense. If you don't remember everything, you're gonna lose everything. So it's fine. So reading this. And then today we went to the library. I had a book on hold that was ready. And then we've just been trying to do more at the library on weekends and just like really simplify the weekend. You know, we're in a world where everything is so expensive, and we don't have to do these huge, amazing things on the weekend. We can just enjoy family time. So we've been trying to lean into that. But I was super surprised to see like on the hold shelf other people's selections and how much my library has really stepped up on the types of books. I saw Fourth Wing somebody had. I picked up Wellness, which is a new book. There's just so many new things out that my library is picking up, so I really appreciate that. So I picked up, like I just said, Wellness. This book is by Nathan Hill. I don't know much about this book except I heard it's good. And it's so funny because I just eyed this at Barnes whenever I bought Crescent City 3, because it's 50% off at Barnes. And I was like, I don't know if I want to buy it, if it's not going to be great. So it's great to see it's here at the library. But this book says, when Jack and Elizabeth meet as college students in the 90s, the two quickly join forces and hold on tight, each eager to claim a place in Chicago's thriving underground art scene with an appreciative kindred spirit. Fast forward 20 years, and now they're grappling with the routines of married life, the challenges of parenting, and the indignities of aging. Not to mention cults of positive thinking, polyamorous would-be suitors, Facebook trolls, NIMBY protests, and something called Love Potion number 9. For the first time, Jack and Elizabeth struggle to recognize each other, and the no longer youthful dreamers are forced to face their demons, from unfilled career ambitions to painful childhood memories of their own dysfunctional families. In the process, they have to undertake separate personal excavations or risk losing the best thing in their lives, each other. Moving from the gritty 90s Chicago art scene to the suburbia of detox diets and home renovation hysteria, Wellness mines the absurdities of technology and modern love to reveal profound, startling truth about intimacy and connection. Let's see, in this follow-up to Hill's electric debut, which I don't know what it was, Wellness reimagines the love story with a healthy dose of insight, irony, and heart. So this stood out to me. I remember now reading that. Just because I was trying to read more literary fiction this year, and this one sounds really good. It's long, though, so we shall see. I don't know why I keep doing this myself, but this looks good to me. I don't know if I will... I don't know. I don't want to set myself up. Maybe I'll read it this week, this month. I don't know. Hopefully I have an opportunity to renew it a couple times, and we'll just see if it starts off good and I like it, then I'll add it to my Kindle, but who's to know? And then I found Makeup Test. This is by Ginny L. Howe. I saw this on Libby months ago, probably like November, maybe even December. And I didn't get a chance to read it then. It kind of went away. And so this one says, Allison Avery loves to win. After acing every academic challenge she's come up against, she's finally been accepted into her dream PhD program at Claymore University, studying medieval literature under a professor she's admired for years. Sure, grad school isn't easy. The classes are intense, her best friend's drifting away, and her students would rather pull all-nighters than discuss The Knight's Tale, but she's got this, until she discovers her ex-boyfriend has also been accepted. Colin Benjamin might be the only person who loves winning more than Allison does, and when they're both assigned to TA for the same professor, the game is on. What starts as a personal battle of wits turns into an all-out war when the professor announces a career-changing research trip opportunity with one spot to fill. Competing with Colin is as natural as breathing, and after he shattered her heart 2 years ago, Allison refuses to let him come out on top. But when a family emergency and a late-night road trip, plus a very sexy game of Scrabble throw them together for a weekend, She starts to wonder if they could be stronger on the same team. And if they fall for each other all over again, Allison will have to choose between a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and what could be a twice-in-a-lifetime love. We'll see. I saw it because I know that I had originally liked it, but this just seems like even the back just seems very long and wordy, so we shall see. It's not very long. It's 318 pages. And again, if it's, we'll start it. If it's good, good. If it's not, we'll move on. Okay, and the last book that I picked up from the library is another book by Alexa Martin, and she just was the author of The Next Door Nemesis, and I really liked her writing style. And this book is called Blitz. She had a couple books on the shelf. I just picked the one that I thought looked the best. And this one says, Bryn Sterling owes a lot to reality television and professional athletes. Her bar hit new heights of success after becoming a local haunt for the Denver Mustangs players and their wags. Although she's grateful, that doesn't mean she's crazy, and that's exactly what she would be if she ever considered dating a professional athlete. Even if it was Maxwell Lewis, whose shy smile makes her wonder what's going on behind those beautiful brown eyes. Maxwell knew from the moment he met Bryn that she was going to change his life. It was only a matter of time. But when he finally makes a move, fate conspires against him and everything goes wrong. Now he has to show her that their potential is real. Too bad for him, Bryn isn't fooled by his glamorous NFL life, and when ghosts from both their past make a sudden reappearance, she must decide whom she can trust. When the person she's most afraid of is herself, navigating life's tackles is harder than she anticipated. So that looks like a cute little romance, and we'll see what we get into. So all of these, I mean, wellness to me sounds the best, but I wanted to grab a couple of different things just to have some options. I'm trying to think about what I want to read alongside Children of Fallen Gods, because I notice sometimes when I get into a fantasy, if it's not like really hitting for me, it will slump me. So I want to have something that I can speed through. I have a couple of middle grade books that I could look at, and then I also have Spare, which is that nonfiction documentary biography from Prince Harry. So I have some other options, have things on my Kindle as well, but that's what I picked up. So that is the end of this week's vlog. Would love to hear some from you guys about what you thought about the books I picked out and what I've read this week. If you've read any of those, what you thought about it, and just engage with me in the chat. I love to reply back to comments. So as always, thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to come back for my daily shorts each day, as well as my new video that'll come out on Thursday. Bye, guys.